A long time ago, in the land of Israel, there was a great war between the Israelites and the Philistines. The two armies stood on opposite hills, with a valley between them. The Philistines had a mighty warrior named Goliath. He was a giant, nearly 9 feet tall, wearing heavy armor and carrying a huge spear. Every day, for 40 days, Goliath came out and shouted to the Israelites, "Send someone to fight me. If he wins, we will be your slaves. But if I win, you will be ours." The Israelite soldiers were afraid. No one dared to fight Goliath, not even King Saul, their leader. In a small village, there was a young shepherd boy named David. He was the youngest of 8 brothers. His job was to take care of sheep. One day, his father sent him to bring food to his older brothers, who were soldiers in the Israelite army. When David arrived at the battlefield, he heard Goliath shouting. He saw how scared the Israelites were. "Why is no one fighting him?" David asked. His brothers got angry. "Go back to your sheep, David. This is not your fight." But David didn't listen. He went to King Saul and said, "I will fight Goliath." King Saul looked at David and shook his head. "You are just a boy. Goliath is a warrior." David smiled. "When I take care of my sheep, sometimes lions or bears try to attack them. I fight them and protect my sheep. God helped me before, and he will help me now." Saul finally agreed and gave David his own armor. But the armor was too big and heavy for David. He could not even walk in it. So, he took it off and decided to fight Goliath his own way. David went to a nearby stream and picked up 5 smooth stones. He put them in his pouch and held his simple sling in his hand. David walked toward Goliath. The giant laughed when he saw the young boy. "Am I a dog that you come at me with a stick?" Goliath roared. "Come here and I will crush you." David stood firm. "You fight with a sword and spear, but I come in the name of God. Today, he will help me defeat you." David took a stone from his pouch, placed it in his sling, and swung it around faster and faster. Then he let the stone fly. It went straight into Goliath's forehead. Goliath's eyes widened. He stumbled, then fell to the ground with a loud crash. The Philistine army gasped in shock. The Israelites could not believe it. David had won. David ran to Goliath, picked up the giant's own sword, and held it high. When the Philistines saw their mighty warrior was dead, they turned and ran away. The Israelites cheered and chased them out of the land. That day, David showed that faith and courage are stronger than fear. Even though he was young and small, he trusted in God and faced his giant. Like David, we all have giants in our lives, problems, fears, or challenges. But no matter how big the giant, faith can move mountains.